Happy New Year everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and here are the best new games releasing in January 2026 that you need to know about. Whether you're looking for an easy arcade game, a top-down RPG, or something new to sink your teeth into, we've got this month's new games to go over. But before we jump in, let me know what 2026 games you are looking forward to playing and drop those in the comments. And kicking today's video off, we've got the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. And honestly, it feels like the perfect way to start the new year. Now, this is going to be a full-on remake of the 2003 classic, and it's going to be rebuilt from the ground up. We're getting new visuals, updated animations, and smoother combat, but we're still keeping the core parkour, sword combat, and time rewinding that made the original so good. Now, if you're new to the series though, or you've never played this one back on the PS2, then you play as Prince, running along the palace walls, solving puzzles and undoing your mistakes with the Dagger of Time. Now, I'll be honest though, at the time of making this video, the date hasn't yet been confirmed and there's no official gameplay, so I'm actually basing this release on a very strong rumour. Fingers crossed though, it does launch on January 16th and that will be on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. And next up, this was supposed to launch in December but got delayed until January, and that is Code Violet. It's a third-person survival horror game with a pretty unique style, you could say. So you play as Violet Sinclair, a woman ripped from her time and thrown into this bizarre-looking facility. It's swarming with prehistoric beasts and enemies, and you'll need to sneak through the dark corridors, scavenge for gear, manage your limited resources, and try to stay alive long enough to uncover what on earth is going on. Of course, there are dinosaurs, conspiracy twists, and enough horror-like tension to make you jump at every corner. As of now, it's set to be a PS5 exclusive at launch, and there's no word yet if it's coming to the other platforms. However, the devs have said this is due to them wanting to protect the character and actor from getting PC mods added, but I can't imagine what they're talking about. Anyway, this new horror survival drops it low on January 10th on PS5. Next, we have Arknights Endfield, and this is a free-to-play action RPG that blends real-time combat with base building and strategy. Now, instead of the classic tower defense style of the original Arknights, Endfield lets you roam the semi-open areas, manage factories and resources, and command up to 4 characters in tactical battles. Of course, we still have these awesome combo skills and unique abilities to master for combat, but this looks unreal. Also, the visuals and the UI in this game are so clean. It actually looks like a really well thought out and well designed game. So yeah, if you're a fan of these strategy, action and anime style games, Arknights Endfield drops on January 22nd. And I think this is going to be huge as it's already surpassed 30 million pre-registers on PS5, PC and mobile. And if you were a fan of the Ori games, which were awesome, the devs behind those are bringing us a new game this month too. And this time it is called No Rest for the Wicked. It's an action RPG played from a top-down perspective, and honestly guys, this looks stunning. So the core game blends tight, precision-focused action with RPG progression as you explore this dark island, battle creatures, craft weapons and armor, and grow your warrior into an absolute beast. But this is going one step further as you're able to play this co-op with up to 3 friends online. Now, this has already been in early access on PC for about 2 years, I think. And on the whole, the feedback and the response to this game has been very positive. So to see it finally launching in January is great to see. And it's going to be out on January 22nd on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Right, and if you want a mindless arcade racing game or you liked Crazy Taxi back in the day, we've got Taxi Chaos 2, which has a very similar vibe to it. So you race around the city against the clock, picking up fares, dodging people, cars and hazards, all while trying to compete with AI taxi bots that try to steal your business. Now, it obviously looks ridiculous, but man, does this look like a lot of fun. So it's one of those easy games that you can pick up and smash out in between your AAAs, but what makes this one stand out from the original is it not only has a tougher and more extreme missions in the story mode, but you've now got the ability to upgrade and customize your cars and character. Now, I actually did play the first game a couple of years ago, and you know what, I will definitely be checking this one out again. So it did launch back in December on Xbox and the Switch, but it's coming to the PS5 and PC on January 13th. And I'm loving the look of this next one because who doesn't love a great Metroidvania game? Well, Mio Memories in Orbit is out this month, which might scratch that itch you've had since playing Hollow Knight Silksong recently. So you play as Mio, this nimble robot waking up alone aboard a massive drifting spaceship called the Vessel. The problem is it's now overgrown with wild plants and trees as well as machines that have gone rogue. You can jump around, explore this sci-fi looking maze, unlocking new abilities and get yourself into some serious action platforming fights. Now it's games like this that are made for handheld gaming too, so things like the Steam Deck, the Portal Portal and the Ally X, but it will be launching on the PS5, Xbox Series, PC and Switch 1 and 2 on January 20th. Or maybe you fancy kicking off the new year with some extreme climbing in Cairn, and this one's a totally different kind of game that might actually surprise you. So it's a survival climber game where you take on the challenge of scaling Mount Kami, a peak no one has ever reached before. You've got to read the rock face, manage your stamina, and make decisions about where to go next. But it's not just about climbing, you've got to manage your hunger, tired muscles, and the weather as you climb and camp your way to the top. It's definitely going to be one of those chill games to play when it drops on January 29th on PS5 and PC. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon lands on January 15th, which is the 13th title in the series. There are 3 protagonists, each wrapped in this huge interconnected narrative about space travel and the secret forces shaping the fate of the world. It's got the classic turn-based battles with a couple of new systems in place to give you plenty of strategic options. Now, I've actually not played this yet, but there is a demo out right now if you want to give this a go before it drops. And it will carry over your game save data too if you decide to buy it. Otherwise, this is coming to the PS5, Xbox Series, PC and Switch on January 15th. And if you love the first one's anime-inspired Souls-like fantasy, Code Vein 2 is looking awesome too. Now, just like before, this is a third-person RPG continuing the vampire-themed action, but with a whole new story. It throws you into a new world where revenants, vampire fighters whose blood they use for power, are struggling to stop a mysterious threat. It's got Souls-like combat, blood-draining mechanics, and new supernatural weapons. And it has got full-on character customization too, where you can edit and change almost everything on your character. Now, this is a single-player game, but it's got AI companions rather than online co-op. But these companions who fight alongside you will influence how battles play out. Now, this is an open-world game and it is far larger than before, but it's got more to explore and you can navigate around now on motorbikes to speed things up. So yeah, Code Vein 2 is out on January 30th and that's coming to the PS5, Xbox Series and PC. We're also getting another free-to-play game in January called Highguard, which was revealed to us at the Game Awards in December. Now, I wasn't going to include it today, but this one's definitely shaping up to be one of the most talked about free-to-play shooters right now, but maybe for the wrong reasons. So it's an FPS game coming from the studio of devs who worked on Apex Legends and Titanfall. I mean, that's a pretty good start, right? And it's free. We like free, don't we? The only problem is nothing new. It kind of looks like every other free-to-play shooter that we've ever seen before. So this will either be a massive game or it's going to be dead on arrival. I can't quite tell. However, it's free and it drops on January 26th. But let me know what you think. And if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, we've got these new games dropping in January. These are the free monthly games that we get on all plans, including Essential, Extra and Premium. As always, don't forget to add them to your library regardless of whether you download them today, and they will stay there forever. Okay, well that wraps it up. January 2026 is a bit of a mixed bag. We've got a couple of big ones that are worth keeping your eye on, free-to-play games to try out, or maybe January is just going to be that month for clearing your backlog of your 2025 games. For me though, I'm looking forward to seeing how Code Violet launches, messing around in Taxi Chaos 2, and hoping that the Prince of Persia remake actually launches this month. But what about you guys? Is there anything that you're hyped for or that I've missed today? Now drop a nice January games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my best PS Plus games to play right now. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.